So, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Rashesh Doshi, and I am the managing director at Talent Corner. Today, on this Saturday afternoon, I'm going to share with you about a award-winning franchise opportunity that we have in the recruitment industry. I have a very simple plan that I'm going to go ahead with. Firstly, I assure you that unlike any other webinar that you would have attended, this is not going to be any sales pitch. It's going to be an honest presentation of giving you information about this opportunity and then allowing you to make a decision. As an entrepreneur, I believe that one needs to be given information and being allowed to take their own decision without any force, and therefore no sales pitch at all from my end. I will do a presentation of time of around 25 to 30 minutes. It may go a little longer if I, repeat a few critical points, but I will try to keep it between 25 to 30 minutes. And I intend to do 30 minutes of question and answers. I intend to answer every single question that is asked to me so that it's well worth your time this Saturday afternoon. I request you to stay till the end because I will be sharing a lot more information from time to time to come. And yes, please keep your mics off. Our intention is again to make sure we get through the presentation in an effective manner, and therefore any kind of disturbance would be hindrance to us. Now, my first question to all of you is, what is it that we are going to be solving as a problem today? All of you have come on this webinar to discuss about the opportunity because you're looking and hoping that today's webinar can solve and can be of some value add to you. So let me tell you what I think you will walk out with. You will walk out with an idea of an opportunity which can give you financial independence. No need to be dependent on anybody else. You can earn as much as you think you require on your own terms. A lot of you today have families to take care of, have parents to take care of, also have aspirations, ambitions, goals, things that are there on your bucket list. And therefore, you need that flexibility, that work life blend. And therefore, today's presentation is going to address that. Every time you go to a business forum, you see many business opportunities that you can look at. But a lot of them have a lot of barriers, licenses, etc., etc. In fact, need of infrastructure can be a big barrier. But you're looking for a barrier-free opportunity. You don't want to be putting in too much money because you know that this is one of your first businesses that you're taking into. And therefore, you want to be involved in a low investment, but more of your skill game, more of your time game. This could be one of the things that you're looking for today. And definitely, you're looking for something which is more sustainable and scalable from time to time. So today, these 5 things is what I intend to address in the forum today. Now, I want to make sure that I understand why you've come to this entire webinar. Okay, so from time to time, I'm going to ask you in order to share your thoughts. Okay, and at any point of time, if you feel that you want to just put in a word, put in the chat box, and I'll be happy to take it at the end of the conversation. Right? Just put it in the chat box, and I will answer all your questions from time to time. I'm going to quickly take a quick poll, right, of why people are there today and what is it that they're looking to solve as a problem, right? If you can just put in the quick answers as to which one is the most relevant one for you today, as to what you would like to take back in the poll which is on your screen, I would know what is it that you're looking for. Okay, so I can see some people moving towards financial independence, flexibility, sustainability, and scalability. These are the ones which are coming out in large numbers. I can see financial independence going very, very quickly. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 more seconds to put in your answers so that I know what I'm going to be looking at. Great, I can see majorly a majority of you are looking at financial independence and flexibility, okay, as a reason of being a part of this webinar. And I promise you, I'm going to address it during the webinar today, right? I'm going to end the poll. Thank you so much for participating. Okay, let's move forward. Now, obviously, a lot of you are here today because you want to know more about Talent Corner. So, let me tell you a quick brief. Talent Corner is not a recently started organization, it has been there for over 2 decades. This is a 23 plus year old business having closed more than 30,000 positions and currently working with more than 3,500 clients with 94 active franchise partners. The list of awards are infinite, but some of the awards are showing on your screen today. This is a very credible organization with numbers backing it, right? So you are in safe hands when you're going through this entire webinar. What is it that I'm looking for? And what is it that you should be looking for as salient features as a part of, this webinar? So a lot of you mentioned low investment, okay, is something that you're looking for. You're looking at work at home. Many of you said, I want flexibility, right? I don't want it to be a situation where I'm restricted. I can be working from anywhere in the world, right? It doesn't should not matter, right? And of course, you want to work with an award-winning company, someone who's done one well and credible. And the last one, I think this is going to be interesting you the most, is there is no sales required. My friends, you hear me right. There are no sales required in my franchise opportunity. I know there are lots of opportunities today where continuously you require to, to invest and do your sales yourself, right? In my business, there are no sales required, right? So be rest assured that when you look at this opportunity, and I will spend more time in terms of explaining it to you, there will not be any sales required. You can work from anywhere in the world, right? At this point of time, once again, I would like to know a little bit of you better, and I'm going to be launching a quick poll trying to get an idea where are you joining us from, right? So this poll shows which city, and if you're from the rest of the world. So there's Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Delhi, NCR, and the rest of India, which is mentioned. Just quickly put in where you're from so that I know you're coming from which part of the world, right? Okay, so I can see a lot of people joining us from Hyderabad. Welcome, folks from Hyderabad. Some people from Delhi and NCR, Pune, Bangalore, Mumbai is seeming to be moving further. Okay, giving you last 5 seconds to quickly put in your word just gets me to understand my audience a lot more better, right? Once again, thank you so much. I'm going to end the poll right now so that I know I'm addressing it according to that. Okay, now moving further. Um, so let me explain this business model to you, and I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible. Um, like any business, there are 5 pillars. The first is training and support, which is learning the business. Second is business development, which is acquiring the business. Third is operations and recruitment, which is running the business. Fourth is billing, finance, legal, and compliance, which is actually making sure everything is in order. And last is the sourcing of the candidate, which is basically how to get the raw material or the supply side of the business. Every business is typically divided into these 5 verticals, and so is ours. And I'm going to go and explain to you each of these 5 verticals in depth so that you understand the business properly. The first is training and support. I want to put it across to all of you that even if you have no experience in the recruitment industry, you do not need to worry at all. Even if you have no experience at all, don't worry. It is the responsibility of the head office team to train you. And in order to train you and in order to make sure it's robust, we have a 6 days online one-to-one training program for you. It's an online one. So my folks, my friends from Bangalore, Delhi, Chennai, and Hyderabad, don't worry. Even if you're from Mumbai, don't worry. This is an online one-to-one training for you. We have a lifetime of support given to you by a team leader. Why? Because we know that just learning the business is not going to be enough, right? Although in our learning test sessions, we have more than 75% of practical work, there is a team leader who's dedicatedly working along with you so that any questions whatsoever are answered from time to time. And this is a lifetime support given. We are not far away behind in technology. We have an LMS, a learning management system, which has all the videos of all the trainings we conduct. And therefore, learning can be done by you at any point of time. There are continuous online training sessions which are happening from time to time. And yes, there is a review meeting with the management which happens every 3 to 4 months. In short, there is enough support provided for you in order to run your business comfortably, right? We understand, we understand that anybody who starts the business cannot be left high and dry. We need to provide them continuous training. We need to ensure that they're learning. We need to ensure that they're being supported. And therefore, the complete responsibility of training and support is ours. For those folks who've just joined in, quick recap: 6 days online one to one training session, a lifetime support of a team leader, a video library so that you can access at any point of time. Continuous online trainings and reviewed meetings with the management are some things that we do in order to ensure that your business is working profitably for you. Now, here is where I require your maximum attention because I know this is where you're interested the most. You do not need to do business development. I repeat, you do not need to do business development. Bringing in the clients and the requirements is our responsibility. As we speak, and as I've shared earlier, there are more than 3,500 clients from Talent Corner that we already have. We have these clients giving us more than 27,000 positions year on year. Apart from this, I have a 9 people business development team at the head office and a 9 people business development team at our Pune office. This means that there is more and enough work coming into the Talent Corner ecosystem. So you do not need to do any business development at all. Clients come to you from across India, majorly the metropolitan cities, which is Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, Delhi, Gurgaon, Noida, Chennai, Hyderabad. That's where we get 99.5% of our clients from, right? The balance 0.5% are coming from the smaller towns, but the emerging ones like Mohali, Indore, Coimbatore. These are the areas where we're trying to make greater inroads as well. I will give you a minimum, and this is where I need you to remember. The word is minimum 4 to 7 positions every single month. Please, I'm stressing on the word minimum because I'm often asked this question that if I can handle more work, will you give me more work? And the answer is a big yes. If you can handle more work, I will give you more work. But the minimum number of positions I will give you is 4 to 7. Clients come to you from all across industries, except for call centers, BPOs, junior level retail, junior level telecalling setups, junior level insurance. Basically, all those industries where there is extremely high attrition and zero value provided, we do not work in those industries. We have a majority coming from different industries like IT, manufacturing, engineering, real estate, banking, finance, securities, gaming, advertising, media, entertainment. You name the industry, and we have clients coming in from there, right? A majority of the positions, and I'm often asked this question, at what level will you give us work? Well, a majority of the work is mid-level and senior level positions. 65% of the work that we get is mid-level in nature. 25% of the work that we get is senior level in nature, and 10% of the work that we get is junior level in nature. And therefore, when you join us, you can expect more mid-level and senior level work. Of course, I want to be clear out here that in the beginning you'll be given junior level work, and as you keep progressing, by the second or the third or the fourth month, you will see a lot more mid-level work coming to you. Now, the last 3 points are something that most of us value us for, which is client exclusivity, right? A client given to you is not given to anybody else, which means there is no internal competition within the organization. I repeat, a client given to you is not given to anybody else. This is very important. Why? Because you do not want to compete against anybody internally, right? If of course we'll have external competition, but internally, of course, there is no competition. You have direct interaction with the client. This is very important for you. You know why? Because you want to associate with someone who's very transparent. And I know that in this business, building relationships with your clients is very important. And therefore, I am giving you direct interaction with the client. And yes, I want you to be aware that there's nothing called industry preference, right? If you come and tell me that, listen, I'm from the IT industry and I want only IT clients, Well, unfortunately, you're the wrong franchise partner for me because I want you to have an entrepreneurial mindset. I want you to be willing to work on all industries. I'm stressing on this. Why? Because a lot of times people come and ask me this question that I have spent 10 years in the IT industry. Can you give me IT requirements? Well, unfortunately, no, I can't give you that. Why? Because I am going to have requirements coming from all industries. I am looking for partners who are willing to learn and who are willing to take business from all industries. I want an entrepreneur. I want a partner. I want someone who's coming with a learning mindset and not someone who is coming with a fixed mindset. Remember, the mindset that you have in your job versus the mindset that you have in business are completely different mindsets. They're like two different games. One is a basketball and the other is cricket. Both are very different. The only commonality is ball. Now, what kind of industries that we work with? Talent Corner has found its sweet spot working with the MSME industry, medium and small scale enterprises. Why do we work mainly with them and not with the big corporate companies? Because one, they all have limited recruitment partners, which means it gives us a much higher chance of doing business and making profits from them. We're not competing with 150 other people who are a part of their ecosystem. It's a fair chance of making money. Second, they respect and value our partnership. For a lot of us, money is important, but for majority of us, respect and value is really, really important. You want to be respected for what you bring to the table. And because these MSME industries, typically the stakeholders, the directors of the company are engaged with us, therefore a lot of respect and value comes from what we bring to the table. You have the ability to build long-term relationships. Here, there is not crazy attrition. The person that you're interacting with is likely to stay with that company for a very long period of time. And therefore, you have the ability to build strong relationships with them, right? And when you build strong relationships, you and I both know in a country called India, you're going to be making a lot of money. Of course, there is quicker decision making. There are not too many hierarchies in that organization, and therefore the decision making is a lot quicker. They have open budgets. Why? Because they are looking for good talent. They don't have salary slabs. They're more open to hiring people who can add value to them. Even if they have to stretch a little bit, you've seen MSME companies doing really well. And timely payments. As compared to many large corporates, MSMEs always pay on time. And I'm a pakka Gujarati businessman. I believe that our money needs to be in our pocket rather than the client's pocket. So timely payments is something which is very, very important for us. When you are associating with Talent Corner as a franchise partner, please keep in mind that you are going to be getting MSME level of work. And that's something that I want you to be prepared for, right? Here is where we've seen constant amount of profitability, sustainable amount of profitability which has come. And therefore, I want you to be mentally prepared for the same. Okay, now what is going to be your responsibility? I'm in the third part of the segment. Your responsibility is going to do the end-to-end recruitment process. I'm going to take in next 30 seconds explaining to you what this end-to-end recruitment process is as well. Now, when you are able to do the process and able to close the position, my company gets a service fee. And the service fee is usually equal to 1 month's salary. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you have recruited someone at a salary of 12 lakh rupees per annum. My service fee is going to be 1 lakh rupee, out of which you will get a whooping 75%. I repeat, 75%. That's incredible, right? The payment will come to you 30 to 45 days after the candidate has joined the organization. It comes to us 30 to 45 days later and you in the next 7 days. Whatever payment is received until Wednesday evening 6 o'clock, it is compulsory. The 75% is disbursed on Thursday. This always happens irrespective, right? So as soon as we receive the money, you will receive your money in the next 7 days, right? 75% of the share is what we get, okay? And 1 month salary is what we get and 75% is what you get. A quick example once again for those who have not understood. If you've recruited someone at 12 lakh rupees, I get paid 1 lakh rupee. You get 75%, which is 75,000, and I get paid 25%, which is 25,000. Now, what is the process of recruitment, right? The process of recruitment is understanding the client's requirements, searching for the right candidates on job portals, doing a telephonic HR round of interview. I repeat, it's an HR round of interview and not a technical round of interview. An HR round of interview is typically taking a stock on the candidate's communication skills, interest, package, location, etc., etc. All of this we'll train you upon. Scheduling interviews with the client, selection and joining. All of this is going to be your responsibility. I will train you on the same. I had mentioned it earlier. Even if you have no experience whatsoever, do not worry. I will train you on the entire process of recruitment and I will continuously support you so that you are able to do this well, right? We have a very tried and tested franchise model training, and be rest assured, this is absolutely suitable for even someone who's never ever worked in her entire life, in her or his entire life. The fourth aspect of the business, which is billing, collection, legal, and GST. Typically, all the aspects which are non income generating in nature. Billing and collection is done by the head office. You do not need to worry about it at all. We have our own internal legal team, which it's done doing at the head office itself. So you don't need to do into legal contracts as well. You don't even need a GST number. You can start this business in your own name. You don't even need to register a company. The government of India allows you to do this business in your own name, no proprietary concern required. You can do this without a GST number. And yes, I'm usually asked this question every time. What if I recruit a candidate and the candidate leaves the organization? Well, the industry guarantees a 90-day period. And if the candidate has left the organization within the 90 days period, we are supposed to provide a free of cost replacement in case we've been paid our share of the fees. So let's give an example. Let's say candidate has joined, we have got paid, and the candidate leaves on the 75th day. We will provide the client with a free of cost replacement. Then the candidate resigns on the 7th day, right? Then the invoice becomes null and void because the payment has not been made to us. So we have a 90-day guarantee period. Now, the fifth aspect of the business, right? Every year, we subscribe to two job portals, the top two, right? And we will give you access of the same at a fraction of the cost. And I know that this is going to be a question, that where am I going to get the candidates from? Well, you'll get the candidates from these job portals and we will train you on how to use them. They come to you at a fraction of the cost because we negotiate along with the job portals, right? We do not have any profit margins out here. Whatever price we get it at, we give it to you at the same price. And yes, you cannot do business without these job portals. You need to have at least one of them, which is typically the best one. And we will make it compulsory because we can't really wait for you to try and source from your own contacts. The client is not going to wait for you. So having a job portal is compulsory. The price point of the same depends on the date on which you are starting this business, right? Typically speaking, we do a contract with these job portals from 1st of April till 31st of March. And assuming, let's say today is the 22nd or 23rd of August, and you're looking to join from 1st of September, it would be unfair that you get charged the full price and therefore it's a reduced price. So depending on your date of start, you're going to be given the price for the same. What is it that you need to keep in mind? This is where I need your attention once again, right? I told you that I'm going to be very honest with this presentation. I will not make a sales pitch to you. You need to have in mind that this business is going to take a minimum of 6 to 9 months of ROI period. I'm going to come to the investment in the next 1 minute, but yes, you need to have a minimum mindset that this business will take a 6 to 9 months of ROI period. You need to have a minimum commitment of 4 to 5 hours every single day. It has to be a consistent time commitment during the day of 4 to 5 hours. And you need to have a long-term mindset. If you're not having a long-term mindset in this business, believe you me, you will not make the kind of money this business deserves. So please keep these three things in mind. Now, a lot of you will be asking yourself this question: does this work for me or no? And here is where I'm going to help you out. I want you to do your own self evaluation. If you can invest 5 hours a day, the answer is yes. If you don't have time, then the answer is no. If your personality is someone who's willing to learn, then the answer is yes. And if you're someone who naturally comes across as I believe and I know that I know it all, then the answer is no. I need a learning mindset. If you're looking at someone at a long term horizon, if you're that person, and the answer is yes. If you're someone who wants to make money really quickly, then the answer is no. If as a personality you are someone who's patient and perseverant, then the answer is yes. And if you're someone who's short tempered, then the answer is no. If you're someone who values relationships, the answer is a big yes. And if you're someone who's naturally someone who's transactional, then the answer is no. If as a personality you are someone who's polite and humble, the answer is yes. If you are rude and brash, the answer is no. If you take ownership, the answer is yes. And if you don't take ownership and are blaming others, then the answer is no, right? So I want you to do your own self evaluation, right? In terms of who you are and how it works for you, right? At this point of time, I'm going to ask for my last poll, right? I want to know you guys better. So I'm going to ask this question. I want you to tell me what defines you best. Are you someone who's a homemaker, or has someone worked in the past and wants to come back? Are you a corporate professional who's working hybrid or remote? Are you a corporate professional who's limited or no time? An existing business person, a retired professional, fresher, or anybody else in a different category? Please tell me who you are. So I can see a lot of people who have running existing businesses, which is brilliant. I'm going to give 10 more seconds for all of you to participate. I like to get 100% on this one because I want to make sure that you are, I can address you in that particular way, right? I can see a lot of existing businessmen. I can see some corporate professionals with limited time, but I can see a lot of corporate professionals who are retired or, who are, hybrid and working from home. Great. I'm going to give you 3 more seconds to close this with 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to close this poll. Thank you so much for participating. This was my last poll, I promise. Now, this is what I need you to keep in mind. This is the philosophy, the African proverb from Stanford. If you want to walk fast, then walk alone. Talent Corner is not the right partner for you. But if you want to walk far, then let's walk together, because that's the personality, that's the DNA that Talent Corner has. Why I'm sharing this with you is because Talent Corner is proudly selected to be a part of the Stanford Seed Training Program, where my team and me for the last 8 months have been going through rigorous training to become a world-class scalable organization. This is our selection, and our team has been really working rigorously hard in terms of processes, in terms of understanding who we are, so that we become a transformed organization and a world-class organization. Isn't this a proud moment? An Indian company selected by Stanford, an Ivy League school, to become a world-class organization. This is some images of my team and me at trainings. Now, I know a lot of you ask this question, is there any investment to the business? Of course there is. There's no free lunch, right? So the one-time investment in this business, which is a franchisee fee, is 2,25,000 rupees plus GST, which comes to 2,65,500. Remember, this is a one-time lifetime investment. There's an annual investment of around 80,000 to a lakh, which is towards your job portal, and you will need to be prepared for the same. So your total investment is around 3.5 lakh rupees. That's what you will need to invest in totality, right? The annual job portal will come to you once a year. I would request all of you to take a screenshot of this, because I know you would need it in the future to refer back. How do you do that? Control and print screen on your laptop will give you this information. This is probably my third last slide. Okay, so I'm going to get into question answers after this. I know a lot of people, when they see money, they get a little wary. That's okay, it's natural. But I want you to stay with me. You've taken out this time. Stay with me and understand about this business, right? Don't rush out. Giving you 3 seconds to take a screenshot. 3, 2, 1. Moving further, I know this question comes to me a lot of times. Will AI take over our business? Well, the answer is no, right? And I have answered this very much in depth within a detailed podcast with a gentleman called Abhishek Vyas. I'm going to ask my colleague Priyanka to share the link of this podcast. She's going to share the link of this podcast and many other podcasts that have been a part of on the chat box, so that you can understand how we think, what is our mindset, What are we looking at for the future? Priyanka, I request you to put in the chat box for everybody, so that they can copy it and paste it for themselves, and I can take a look at it later. Yeah, it's in the chat box right now, friends. Take a look at this. You can get my views and opinions on the same. Now, there are some frequently asked questions. I know I'm going to get into question answers next, but I'm going to answer these some frequently asked questions which often get asked to me so that we can save time. One question that I'm asked is, why am I franchising? Why could I have not built this team myself? Well, I had done a team myself, but I found franchising to be a better way of running this business. I saw that my clients, my candidates, my internal team members, my franchise partners, all of them were much more happier with the franchise model, and we were able to scale quicker. We were able to scale better. And there are many opportunities that one has and many options that one has to scale differently. Well, franchising is the way we've done it. And we've done it very, very successfully, as you can see from the awards. And of course, that's a choice we made. That's the modus operandi. And it has really, really worked well for us and our franchise partners. Can you do it alone or with a team? This is a question which I'm asked. Yes, you can do it alone or you can do it with the team. The choice is yours. Only thing is, if you're doing it along with a team, you cannot hire freelancers. Those people need to be a part of your own payroll, right? So the choice of how you can run this business is up to you. I'm looking for partners and not investors. Very important, right? People come and tell me that, listen, I have a lot of money. I can just hire people and they'll run it for me. Unfortunately, even I can do that, right? I'm looking for people who can invest their own time in the business. And therefore, having partners and investors, people who are having a stake in the business, is very important. Yes, I'm going to repeat this. This comes to me every time. They say, Rashesh, you've told us that you will give us 4 to 7 positions every single month. What if we can handle more? I'm repeating, I will give you more work if you can handle more. The word that I have used earlier is minimum 4 to 7 positions. And if you are someone from the recruitment industry, an existing person from the existing recruitment industry, unfortunately, I can't give you a franchise. That can't work for us. And everything is documented, right? We will have a proper contract which will be signed. I'll show you the contract before you pay me even one single rupee, because I want to believe in absolute transparency. Unfortunately, I don't have an EMI option. I can connect you to my bank. My bank will be happy to give you a loan if you want to take it from them. But I don't have any EMI option. Um, and yes, anything that you do with the bank is a direct coordination between you and the bank. But yes, I do have a credit card, link available in case you want to swipe your credit cards to make the investment. These are some of the frequently asked questions, and I wanted to make sure I'm avoiding these questions during the question answer session. Now, what is the next step that you need to do? If you're interested, and I know a lot of you may be in a hurry to go out, if you're interested, I am happy to do a one-to-one call with you, right? I know a lot of people are hesitant to ask questions during the webinar. For those people who need to rush off or are hesitant to ask questions, and if you want to do a one-to-one booking with me with no strings attached, okay? My colleague Priyanka will put a link in the chat box right now, which will have a link to book a call with me. This call is available today. You can book your slot. It's available from 2 o'clock, I believe, to 5 o'clock. Okay, there are multiple slots. You can book it. This is a no strings attached call, right? At the end of the day, I will tell you whether or not this is working for you or not. And if I feel that you're the wrong person, then I myself will tell you that do not do this. That's a promise. In addition to this, I'm going to give you enough information to research about my company. So Priyanka, I would request you to please put the links in the chat box of all the things that they require to research about our company. I'm a businessman and this applies to you as well. Always go in with your eyes wide open, right? So make sure that you're researching a lot. There are links of our success stories. There are links of our testimonials. There are links of our, press coverage, frequently asked questions, and the kind of impact that we made in terms of culture. Everything that you need to know about Talent Corner, those links are available, and I request you to cut, copy, paste them so that they are with you. And yes, once you've done your research, once you've had your call with me, then do not procrastinate. Okay, move it further quicker, right? Now, a lot of you may not want to talk to me directly, may want to talk to my team. So I will also provide you information of how to connect with my team. Priyanka, can you please put in the chat box the contact information of all our team members, the three team leaders that we have who are contactable are Snehal, Priyanka, and Prishita. Their contact information is available, including booking their, booking the calendars and their mobile numbers if you need to reach out to them directly as well, right? And like I said, once you take a decision, do not procrastinate. Thank you. And I will be now moving to questions. The way I want to do the questions is make sure that you're putting the questions in the chat box. I will look at the questions and take it further. I had promised you that I will get it done in 25 to 30 minutes. I've gone 7 minutes overboard, which means we have enough time for question and answers. Put your questions in the chat box. I'll be happy to answer them one by one. Uh, RJ Maske, can you please put the question in the chat box, please? Yes. Anybody, if you have any questions, I mean, there are two reasons why questions don't come. Either I'm super clear with the presentation and you guys are very impressed, or I've been very, very bad with the presentation and you've not been able to get clarity. So please ask your questions if you have anything. Put in the chat box. Okay, I can't see anything, so I'm going to be yes. Okay, Sunny, you asked a question. Training will be done online or offline. It is online training, one to one, along with you directly. The breakup of which is a 6 days training program, which goes for around, around 6 days, which is 4.5 days is practical training, and 1.5 days is theoretical training. Right. Okay, so I can see some people signaling to me. I don't know if it's because, um, yeah, the unmute option is off, but again, you can put a chat box. I'm not sure why you guys are not able to unmute. I mean, put a chat box, but I'll open it up for everybody so that becomes easier. Okay, you can put your chat box in the main. Now you can chat. I think so. And I'm going to, in the meanwhile, I'm going to allow. Okay, it's open. The chat is open. Okay, I've opened it up. I don't see any reason why it's not working, but okay. Just going to quickly look in the chat box. I can see some messages coming in. Okay, okay. Chat was closed. Now it's enabled. Okay. What is the duration of each training? Around 4 to 5 hours is what we will have every single day. We can do it on weekends as well, but 4 to 5 hours you'll require every single day for 6 days. Please keep that much time available. Rahul, you've asked a question. Do we need to follow up for payments from the clients? No, Rahul. The payment follow up is done by the head office. So we will take care of the payment follow up and we will keep you in loop for every communication. What's the minimum turnover of a company in the MSME segment you take contracts? Vikram, that's a good question. When we look at MSME business, we look at various factors. Not only their turnover, we look at the time that they've been in the business. We prefer businesses which have been there for at least 3 years of time in major metropolitan cities, have a website, should have an employee strength of at least 25-30 people. So that's a decent company. And perhaps more, not in fact 25-30 is also on the lesser side. And at least having positions which are worth 3 lakh and upwards is what we aim for, right? And a majority of the work we get is much, much more sizable than that, right? So, yeah, I mean, it's more work comes in from 100, 200 people plus companies. I think the least that we would have got in terms of turnover would have been a service based company, which is a couple of crores of turnover. Majority have been more than that. Suprita, you've asked a question. Can we meet you at your office? Welcome, welcome. I have my office in Mumbai at Ghatkopar. You are more than welcome to come and meet. My team will be more than happy to arrange this for you. Prabhakar, you've asked a question. Do we have any target per month or per quarter? No, no targets at all. You are my franchise partner and I will not give you targets. I believe that you are enthusiastic enough to run behind the best. If I have to give you targets, then you would be like my employee. You're not my employee, you're my franchise partner, and therefore no targets for you. There is a guarantee about minimum 4 to 7 positions every month. Yes, it's a written down guarantee. It's not only shared in the presentation today, but it's a part of the frequently asked questions also. So it's a written down guarantee, and the word minimum is also what is mentioned out there. If I hire staff, then training will be provided to the staff only, or both can get trained. Sunny, both can get trained. If they are a part of the induction training session, I can train between 5 to 6 people, but I would request you to first start with a smaller number and grow with time. Rahul, you've asked a question. How is the business availability? I'm presuming you were asking the question as to how much work is available in the market. Plenty. India is growing. India is a developing economy. And like I mentioned earlier, we have 3,500 clients giving us 27,000 positions and an internal business development team of more than 18 people. I, I'm sure you understand that we would hire so many people because there is that much business which is available in the market. Sri Krishna, sorry. You've asked a question. How much revenue an average is making who are 3+ years? Sri Krishna, that's a tough question. You know why? Because there are different categories of people, right? There are homemakers who are spending 4 hours a day. There are corporate professionals again who are working 4 to 5 hours. There are people who are giving full time to the business. There are retired people who are giving lesser time. There are people with teams who've built 8, 10 member teams. So it would be really unfair to build an average, but I can give you some kind of a ballpark that you should look out for. Typically, I tell this to people that be prepared for the worst. In the first 100 days, try not to expect any business whatsoever. The first 6 to 9 months you reach break even point. In the first year, some amount of profitability, small in nature. Second year, you should be expecting to double your revenue of the first year, and that takes you to approximately 6 to 9 lakh rupees of profitability. This is presuming you're working alone. The third year is when things get even more sweeter and people have gone really, really high. But I'm telling you, between 12 to 18 lakh rupees is a reasonable amount to expect. Um, Again, pessimistic amounts. I know people who've broken even in the first 3 months. I know people who've done 19 lakh rupees in the first year. I know people who have done 27 lakh rupees in the second year. I know people who've done 55 in the third year. But I'm giving you lower end figures so that I don't disappoint you, right? So more cautious than optimistic. Uh, Zulfikar, you've asked a question. In case the client delays in making the payment, then what action is taken by the company, like penalty and delay? Zulfikar, we have a legal team, but let me be honest to you, Zulfikar. In India, 10-15 days aage piche happens, and we don't fight with the client for that because we want to maintain relationships. As soon as we get the payment, we make the payment to you. In case we get the payment earlier, we make the payment to you earlier. But yes, please be prepared that sometimes delays can happen. We have a legal team in case someone acts funny, but that is like 1 in 100 or 200 situations, so not too much of a problem out there. Venkatesh, you've asked a question. Where are Talent Corner offices? Talent Corner only has an office in Mumbai. Everywhere else, we have a franchise presence. We want people to know that they never need to be threatened by Talent Corner. Now we have, of course, a office in Pune as well. So Pune and Mumbai is where we have our setups. And what will be the CTC of each position? Depends, Zulfikar. So, like I mentioned, the majority of the work we get is mid-level in nature, which is typically your 6 lakhs to 18 lakhs bracket. Um, then we have some senior positions which are 18, 24 lakh rupees and upwards. That's 25%. And of course, some junior level work which comes to us, which is between 25,000 rupees per month, going up to 40,000 rupees per month. Venkatesh, do we hire only in India? Yes, Venkatesh, thank you for asking this question. We hire only in India at this point of time. We are ambitious to go global and we are working towards it, but right now we are hiring only in India. Can we introduce our client? Which I'm presuming your question is that do you want to bring your own client? Yes, you can. Remember, once you become a franchise partner, Talent Corner is as much as your organization as it's mine, and definitely you can introduce a client. Some ideas of the earning potential based on existing franchise experience, short term and long term. Neeraj, I just shared it. When I think believe Venkatesh should ask the question, I've shared it across. Um, as layoffs are going on the IT company, what is the future recruitment with emerging AI? Uh, I've created a podcast around it. I don't think AI is going to do any threat to our business. In fact, it's going to make our business sweeter. And the recruitment industry is not dependent on the IT industry. Yes, I do understand that the IT industry is going through major challenge, but there is more to the recruitment business than IT industry. In fact, not more than 90%, not more than 10% of our business is coming from IT right now. In fact, IT is very, very slow at this point of time. It would be safe to say that 90 to 95% of our business is coming from non-IT, and we are very, very happy with that as well. Sorry, is scalable? Rahul, you're asking it's scalability, not business availability. Okay. So Rahul, yes, the business is scalable. More work you can handle, the more you will grow in terms of revenues. And scalability, which means if you need more work to handle, you need more team members. Like I mentioned, there are people with 10, 10, 12, 12 people teams. And therefore, we've seen lots of progress. Bala Prasad, you've asked a question. I don't want to directly invest money. If you agree, we can work and you can give me 25% and take 75% placement. Done. Will that work? Sorry, Bala Prasad, that's something that I don't do. This is a franchise model and you need to be invested into it with money because I think when money is invested, everybody becomes serious. So I don't have that option. There's no tweak to this model. This is what it is. Right. Sunny, you asked a question in a month. What is the average salary of vacancies? I just answered that question, Sunny, which is the breakdown is 65% mid-level between 6 lakhs to 18 lakhs, or actually 24 lakhs now. Uh, 25% senior level, which is more than 24 lakhs, and 10% junior level, which is between 25,000 rupees per month, going up to 40,000 rupees per month. We don't get too much of this work because I think clients want to close it themselves. So majority work is mid-level and senior level position.